Having the right tools can make all the difference, right? And these apps and software are going to help you take your brand to that next level without really needing any sort of degrees or anything like that. Like, I just want to break down the simple tech stack that will get your brand to that next level. Starting with number one, obviously, we know this, you know this. If you're a consumer, if you're a watcher, if you're a part of our audience, our core audience, which by the way, we need a name for our audience, drop that name below. Shopify. Shopify is your all-in-one online store, POS system. Like, if I were to start a clothing store right now, Shopify, hands down. To be honest, I haven't even looked at what's out there in terms of competition to Shopify because they're just blowing it out of the water. They're gonna simplify the process of setting up your online store, making it accessible. You don't have to be a tech wizard to figure anything out with Shopify. Plus, you have us. You have all of the videos, all of the content, all of the value that we have in this channel are all 99% of it. I mean, 99% of my videos, I would say, not Aaron, but my videos are geared towards Shopify. So if you have any questions about Shopify, you will have videos in this channel that will help you with that. Obviously, Shopify is just the best of the best, I think, when it comes to e-commerce and when it comes to clothing stores making it, right? Clothing stores making it online, and not just online. They have great integrations across social media and in person. Also think, like, compared to other platforms out there, I'm thinking maybe Squarespace, maybe Lightspeed or Ecwid, I do believe that Shopify just takes the nitty-gritty, the details, right? When we're talking about taxes, when we're talking about payment processing, when we're talking about shipping options. Sure, some of those things may be simpler where you may need some apps, some additional apps, on top of Shopify to really make it robust. But if you're just starting out and you want something great out of the box, Shopify. Start designing, start selling. This is not an ad, but it could be. Okay, next up, Canva. Canva, I believe, is one of those apps that if it didn't exist, I think a lot of people would not be very successful right now in their businesses because they would have to rely on Photoshop, and Photoshop has a huge learning curve. And with Canva, you don't need a degree in graphic design to truly create like really great visuals for your clothing brand. So the good thing that I like about this is that it provides a lot of templates, a lot of images, lots of fonts, lots of things already built in within the platform. So you can just very easily create all your graphics that you're gonna need for your website, all of your ad graphics, all of the social media posts, literally everything, business cards, like letterheads, if you need letterheads, like anything that you can think of when it comes to design, Canva can take care of that. Now, I will say with Canva, it comes with certain, maybe I would say, limitations. And I would say number one being the fonts. Something that I see a lot of brands doing, they create their Canva account and then they go in and they just search for any fonts that they see within Canva, and they use those fonts on their social media, on their ads and different things like that. But then you go to their website, and then because Shopify usually uses Google fonts, they're sort of limited to these Google fonts. And now you have two different types of fonts that you're using. You're using these types of fonts over here for Canva and your graphics and your social media, and then you're using these other fonts on your website because you're sort of limited to some of the Google fonts that Shopify usually provides out of the box. I would be cautious about that, right? And that's why I always say, if you're using Canva, the first thing that you need to do for your business is create that brand kit, create that colors, the fonts, the logo, how does everything look together into one document? So there's no doubt whatsoever how your brand looks to the outside world. So I will say the last two apps / software that I'll be talking about may actually surprise you, and I do believe that these two things are absolutely crucial for you to win nowadays. Now up next is Klaviyo. Klaviyo, slowly but surely, after MailChimp had a just huge fallout with Shopify, Klaviyo sort of started, upping the ranks into what everyone sort of considers like the quintessential app that just works really well with Shopify. And rightfully so. I mean, they have absolutely great tools and absolutely great features out of the gate. It goes beyond just basic email marketing. It actually allows you to segment your audience, tailor messages, very specific, right? Depending on behaviors and things that your customers are actually doing on your website or social or other places. And this is whether you want to send actual campaigns or you want to automate things like abandoned cart reminders or even the transaction emails that you get from Shopify. You can completely switch those and have Klaviyo take care of that for you. Klaviyo is literally going to help you deliver the right message to the right person at the right time using the right tool, because they also implement SMS. And this is one of those things where I think maybe a few years ago, everyone was like, oh, email is dead, email is dead. But email is absolutely not dead. And it could be a huge revenue generator for your business. And we absolutely let everyone know that you need to do email. You also need to combine it nowadays with SMS. A lot of people don't use emails. A lot of these Gen Z, they don't have email. They use SMS. They go straight to having conversations in a very organic manner. So knowing how to use these tools is going to be beneficial, and Klaviyo to me is top tier app that I would personally use for my business right away. Google Analytics, I would say there's two in here, Google Analytics and Microsoft Clarity. I think that as a business owner, you cannot grow, you cannot scale if you don't look at your data. And by digging into this data that is provided by Google Analytics or Microsoft Clarity, you can actually gain the insight straight from your customer's mouth, straight from their preferences, straight from their habits, from their actual pain points, right? Why are they abandoning cart at checkout, right? Why they're spending more time on your blog than on your product pages, right? This information can actually make and improve your website. You can actually meet the customers at a better point. You can actually provide the value and the information that they need, because you're not just looking at a crystal ball or like looking at a guru and like telling you what you need to do on your website. You're actually looking at raw data. So this is actually going to reveal all the secrets, and your audience behavior is the number one thing that I would, from day one, I would make sure that you're tracking this stuff. Even if you, for whatever reason, maybe you're focusing more on other things, maybe hiring, maybe products, maybe purchasing, right? There's a lot of hats that you have to wear as a business owner. But to me, gathering this data from day one is absolutely no questions asked. You need to do this. Even if you don't use it right away, even if you don't look at it for the next 6 months, gathering this data is going to provide you amazing insight that nothing else can give you. Now, coming up next, Foreplay. Foreplay, this may be actually an app that, or software that Aaron May talks a lot about within his videos, but it's something that I really haven't touched on. And right now, in order for you to win on social media advertising, you have to have really good creative. You have to be willing to test different types of creative in order to make something really pop. And to me, Foreplay is going to be the place that I go to find inspiration, to gather my data, to gather my ideas, to gather potential things that I want to build in the future. Like, this type of platform is something that we've started using recently for our agency, and it's absolutely great because you can actually save all these projects, save all these ad ideas into just one place. It will make the process of doing creative a lot easier for you. And to me, if I want to win, right? I have to do ads on social media. And in order to do good ads, I need something like this to help me guide into what's good and what's bad. Before we move on to the next one, I just want to say that you should subscribe and like this video. It really helps us out a lot. Last but not least, either Monday or ClickUp or Trello, maybe some kind of project management tool. I think running a successful clothing brand is going to require a lot of different coordination between I would say usually, right, it's a lot of different people, but usually when you're starting out, it's just you, but it's you wearing a lot of different hats. And even for us, for Bit Branding internally, like, we had ClickUp almost from the get-go. We had that organization right from the get-go. Even if we didn't have a whole lot of people in our team, we still compartmentalized our business and made sure to have tasks and organization and coordination right in the back end of a project management tool like any of these. We personally use ClickUp, so that's kind of like what we've always used, and it's super robust and it has a lot of tools that you can assign tasks, deadlines, you can actually track progress, you can ensure that everyone in the team, even if it's yourself, you know what to do and what to do next, right? Because you are having an organized way of keeping all of your tasks into one place. So whether you're planning a photo shoot, like launching a new marketing campaign, replenishing inventory, like either like a Monday or like a ClickUp is definitely going to help you to stay on top of everything. I think that where days past, like having all of your notes and tasks into just a simple list on a Google Doc or maybe like your iPhone notes or something. I do believe that if you want to be successful and if you want to 10x your brand, you need something like a ClickUp, like a Monday, to help you stay on top of everything, and you can focus on actually growing your brand. Now, if you are maybe a little bit past, some of the recommendations that I've had here, you already have Shopify, you already have Klaviyo, and you want to know what are the essential apps that I would recommend inside of the Shopify ecosystem, then I would definitely check out this video next.